Funding wallets on TapTapSend. Step 1. Click on Create Ghana Cedi Wallets below when you open the app. Step 2. Enter amount of your choice in Ghana Cedis. Step 3. Click on the Confirm and Fund wallet below to confirm. Step 4. Your wallet has been successfully funded. Step 5. Enter amount of your choice in Ghana Cedis. Step 6. Select or add new recipient. Step 7. Choose wallet as payment method. Step 8. Click on the Pay with Wallet below to confirm. Step 9. Your transaction is successful.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it, check it, check it. That beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it, check it. Check it, check it. Check it, check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer. Check it, check it, check it. Put sugar level check it, check it, check it, check it. Check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
One of my biggest problems in life at the moment is the fact that I'm not able to flow with content on this channel, and it makes me sick, honestly. It is really making me sick. Sometimes I don't even know how to address it, because you try all the means to solve the problem, yet you wake up and that one problem is there, which is distracting the flow. I know some people are not happy, but media, I'm even sad the more. But life goes on. Sometimes I just think I was on Charlie. Let's sleep. Let's see what will happen in future, because we tire for this Ghana sometimes. Why? You do everything that you think problem is solved. But I never have anyways. And there's some crumble. Hey! When they are done, we will still pay the bills. So it's not as if the bills they don't pay. You still pay the bills. So my good friend who was asking about why we did not come yesterday, one of the issues in Ghana. We are still trying to fight the system, but what we will do, we are managing. Everything will be fine. My name is Sammy Flex. Sorry for that introduction. We are just stressed, and sometimes we just have to speak it out so you can forget about it. And we are ready for Showbiz Day. Even this, we pray I will be able to finish. Even this we started, we pray. Because yesterday we started, but we couldn't finish. And it didn't make sense for us to put what we had out. So even today, in fact, if there is any prayer we have to say, we are saying it so we can finish. So let's set the ball rolling and hit it running. Three-man squad seated and gathered today for the occasion of Showbiz Daily. Roland Amate is in the middle, and Tim Doe Solomon Chamo is at the extra end for us to do our thing. He is still preparing for his wedding on 15th June 2024. All is set, and we are just waiting for the time. We've checked the weather. Let's be behind client. Okay. We will not even watch it again. Whatever will happen. In fact, we set record of the first ever wedding that was done in the rain.
Oh, but I think that there's been one.
I don't want to be able Oh my word! Just so we can laugh a little bit and move on with our lives. Digital Rasta is called Currency, doing our camera for us. Richie Flex is the editor director of the show, and Tap Send is also here. To our people living in London now, today Tap Send is in for us. The wallet is helping us to send money via bank transfer, and we can still do some wiring. Save as much as 50,000 Ghana cedis on your wallet. That is a Tap Send wallet. Remember to use the promo code SammyFlex anytime you are using the Tap Send wallet, and trust me, you will never be disappointed for using it. So yesterday, I came across a video of a lady who is supposed to be what we call a socialite, an influencer in Nigeria, who was part of a podcast called the Honest Bunch. And the Honest Bunch podcast is one of my favorite podcasts in my free times. I usually enjoy listening to or watching that podcast. Now, the lady said something that has given Nigeria a whole headache. Whilst people are crying about what she said, others are also not happy as to why the podcast would even host such a personality, because they think she wasn't fit to be called onto the platform. Well, we are judges on our own on this platform, and I know you are also one. Let's pay attention to what the lady said. Then we come back to find out what was wrong, what was right with it. Then after, we can all have a conversation. This is the video from the Honest Bunch podcast.
As a lady, 24 hours after a man takes your number, you should bill him to know he is capable, or else you're... As a lady, 24 hours after a man takes your number, you should bill him to know he is capable, or else you're wasting your time.
Are you billing because you're hungry?
No, I'm not hungry because I'm beautiful. You saw me with a good wig.
So I should pay you for being beautiful.
Exactly. You should pay me every day for being beautiful. It's not easy to be beautiful. Do you know how much skincare costs?
But why should I pay you for being? That's, to me, is a ratchet thinking. Your mama, okay? Why your mama? I'm sorry.
For you, it's a ratchet thinking. For me, it's a broke man thinking. For you, for to think that you cannot pay me for being beautiful, that's a broke man's thing. As a lady, 24 hours after a man takes your number, you should bill him to know he is capable, or else you're wasting your time.
Are you billing because you're hungry?
No, I'm not hungry because I'm beautiful. You saw me with a good wig.
So I should pay you for being beautiful.
Exactly. You should pay me every day for being beautiful. It's not easy to be beautiful. Do you know how much skincare costs?
But why should I pay you for being? That's, to me, is a ratchet thinking. Your mama, okay? Why your mama? I'm sorry.
For you, it's a ratchet thinking. For me, it's a broke man thinking. For you, for to think that you cannot pay me for being beautiful, that's a broke man's thing.
Like, this is give and take bow. Well, the man wanted to put it right, but he says, yeah, that's a poor man's thinking, broke man thinking. You are poor. Hey, oh my God. Look. So he started some fire. I know that fire is not the same, but
it is.
Continue.
Chebo will tell you it's rubbish.
Hey.
Oh yes, it's rubbish.
But you have to pay her for being beautiful.
And why should I pay you for being beautiful?
Why did you go for a number in the first place?
Are you being beautiful for me, or you're being beautiful for yourself?
If you know you can't pay, why did you go for it?
Unless she's putting herself up for the market. She's putting herself up.
The girl gave conditions.
And what the condition means?
The condition is that, you see that girl who has been working stylishly.
Yeah, so to Miss Khan.
So to a model. She said that if she is working and nobody has called her, she doesn't have a problem with you. But if you call her and she stops and you demand for a number and she gives it to you, because you have taken her number, she has to know your capacity.
Okay, that's fair. You know, but you see, for you to also give your number out, we should also note that she doesn't give her number to just anybody.
And the bold was.
It is not about just being bold. Your appearance, your look,
the people she has marked.
Yes, the kind of perception she also gets about you also matters. Because if it is about bold, do you know how many people who don't have koto who are bold? Yet she doesn't give her number out to just anybody. And for me to look that appealing, for you to also be willing to give your number to me, who should pay for that? Besides, for me to even carry myself in that manner for it to build that perception in your mind, for you to say, oh, this guy is cool. The only way I can be sure he is that cool for me is to bill him. Who is going to pay for that? And besides, we also know more gold diggers and people who do not have shilling, who would also go and borrow their friends' wigs, makeup, whatever, just to look like the way she's looking. All in the name of, you should pay me for being beautiful. Beautiful for who? First of all, the skincare that you were applying, were you applying on yourself for me? No, you did not do it first.
But she was applying to look attractive
Yes.
to you.
To me, but then at the end of the day, it is your skin first and not me. I become secondary. So if I am secondary, I should not pay for the primary motive. Exactly. So I should rather pay for the secondary motive, unless maybe.
But she made the product attractive for you to patronize.
Chemo, that I don't.
So you have to pay for
No,
it.
that one I'm not disputing. No, that one I'm not disputing. No, that one I'm not disputing. But my own is that for me to also look that appealing, for you to even agree, because even as much as I'm concerned, it is not everybody that even calls her that she would even wait for the person to even have the opportunity to talk to her.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's fact.
So in that same category, if the guy also demands that you also pay him for also looking the way you would even like to give your number to him, then definitely we will not have any form of relationship. The only form of interaction we are going to have is buy and sell. Where buy and sell in this context means in this context means prostitution.
If only you have it.
Of course, then she should be blunt about her demands. Then be blunt.
She's blunt already.
No, she's not. I'm sure if you see, that's what the guy tried to push, because when the guy said, "Oh, are you billing the person because you are hungry or what?" and she said, "I am billing you for being beautiful." You know the people who do that. They are the people who are selling. They specially do that so they can attract certain people to sell to them. So it is not about, your answer should not end at you just being beautiful. No. Your answer should go, you should pay me for being beautiful because I am coming to sell you. Then we know you are blunt with the whole conversation. I'm not sure the guy would have dragged like that. But you want to pose as an ordinary lady who is not selling anything, yet would want to benefit what the people who are selling are benefiting. Says who?
Exactly.
The person who patronize the people who are selling their things, they patronize them even on top of YouTube. Ask currency. So what? So let's say,
Fred is
no, I done it. Yes. Before you choose. But then you can't just go and just pick anybody because the person looks somewhere and you want to patronize the person. No. So I mean, what she's saying there, unless she comes and be blunt about the fact that she's selling her something, else all this demands and what she thinks is rubbish.
I see. Well, Chamo will take over from there.
Yeah.
Chamo, let me get your opinion on this.
I think it will not help her in life and anybody who will be thinking like her. Unless she's selling, but she doesn't want to be clear and say that I'm selling. If you are selling there, then I agree with her 100%. I mean, you can't sell yourself cheap. So, yes, those who are coming to patronize, they should come with heavy money because you are selling. But if we have to take it as a normal relationship, boy, girlfriend, man, woman, wife, husband, then she's wrong. And when you do this, the sad part is that you get yourself at the wrong hands. I mean, ladies who are thinking like that, they mostly get the people that they will not end up marrying, because they are people who are also ready to pose as if they can pay. Because she said she will bill you for you to know that you are capable. Yes, we have people who also
can
post
prove
that
to you they are
capable, but
they are not capable.
But they are not. And if this is your mentality, you are likely going to fall into their hands, and they would let me borrow Safu Newman's word, Ombe or Setusa.
They will do you like
They will do you like Tosa. So she should get the thinking straight. If you are selling, just let people know that you are selling, and you will get your customers.
Yeah, customers are.
If you are not selling, but you want to have a normal life, normal relationship kind of thing, I think she should be looking for other things rather than just the one who can pay. Because as for those who can pay, they are very few, and in fact, they are the price. For me, those who can pay are the price. So if you are going to, if you want to have a normal relationship with them, you don't go with the attitude that she is having, because those who can pay, you will not be the only one. If you want to test that, if you can build, if you want to test that they are capable, if they are capable, you are not the only one. So you should be looking for other things rather than just the one who is capable, unless you are selling, as you have said. So I think her thinking is wrong. He should be straight. If she's selling the product as we know it, that one I agree with her 100%. If she's talking about normal relationship, he should think again.
I see. Well, I know Nigeria is still discussing this because Warri Pikin, one female comedian and actress, decided to venture into the conversation, saying, "What is this billing? The way the girl dress up, the girl dress hard, like she did not spread her at all," and that is also there. Now, let's move on to another conversation that erupted or emerged from UTV, their last Saturday show, where Halifax Angsando is in the news for saying something that I'm kind of confused. The reason I'm bringing it to my board members to discuss it for me. Is there a stage where we say someone who is actively doing music does not even want an award again, or he does not need it? Okay, that's the word. Does not need an award again. He seems to have said that about Stonebwoy, and I'm kind of confused. Therefore, I said, let me ask my people, maybe he's right, maybe he's wrong. Richie, if you have the content, let's get it on the screen or watch it so we can have that conversation. Okay, so let's watch it.
Why? We agree with him. And I'm being very factual. My bet was on Stonebwoy. Why? We agree with him. And I'm being very factual. And yes, his work deserves it technically and everything, musically, professionally. But for the fact that you grew up listening to Stonebwoy, you've known him over the decades. I'm still in love with his collabo with Obrafo in those days, Get to Love. I mean, when Stonebwoy is involved in something...
You don't know the song? It's not
how?
like you... Get to Love.
You don't know Get to Love?
It's not true, Get to Love. Oh, that one is the tiny one too. But Get to Love is the song. That's what I'm saying.
So,
and that act on it is who?
Eh?
And who is the act on it?
Obrafo or Stonebwoy?
Obrafo Stonebwoy. You never heard?
Don't mind Robert. And apart from that, Stonebwoy has become finer on all fronts. What do I mean? Over the decades, he was complaining, says, Okoboshua Manonia, Yantro. Yankan. His team have found a nice way of pushing him and his works on us. Into you get to know what he's doing. Until tonight, I didn't know Kim Promise had work though. It is true. I asked my young men as random, Adikra, you are younger, what do you think? We are growing old though. When they gave me King's Promises repertoire, I was shocked. Yeah. And I started to revise my notes and say, hey, Hali, don't get too carried away with this your Stonebwoy agenda. I will not be surprised if King Promise gets it. My bet is still on Boy. I'm a Bean fan by nature. I buy his paraphernalia, I buy his products, I stream his songs. Bean for life. I mean, that one there, no two ways about it. But when I was educated tonight, all I was asking me when we were off here, Bonnie Indian Sambi, I mentioned about 18, say, sir. So I think going forward, people like King Promise should be more deliberate about getting the Ghanaian market, actually involved in the things he does. Else we wouldn't.
No, he has work. That is why they're deliberate. Yeah.
They are.
So you see that everything that's happening now.
It is a belated deliberate. About late.
Belated what? Deliberate.
I mean, they started that deliberate attempt to let us know what he's doing rather late.
Yeah.
Rather late. I'm not sure they can use this last 1 week to catch up. Unlike Stonebwoy, that over the year or no, because it's linked to elections. Yeah. I'm sure, sir.
Voting ends on Thursday. So
yeah, but when did voting start?
Yeah, you never know.
Well, of course, you could have asked for voting there sometime the last day, So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets it. Between the two, it is as if my heart is for Stonebwoy, but my mind is for King Promise. Why? Stonebwoy doesn't really need it.
Let's not encourage.
Maybe just for bragging rights, but it doesn't really add much to him.
Everybody in their plans.
He just has one.
He has
just one.
Between him and King Promise, who needs this to grow better, to move faster?
His competitors or his what they call them, his
the
peers.
S squad.
People are in that squad that have twice.
Well, maybe twice. I wouldn't push that fact too. But I was just thinking for a moment. Say, between the two of them, Promise should be more hungry for it. From what I'm reading, he's pushing Ghana music to this new Asian community, touring.
Yes, but that is for this year. So that's for
the calendar year we are referring to.
That is where I wanted to go.
So this year, so what? So when he gets it, it pushes what he's doing now for this year, next year, and then next 2 years.
George Quay.
Okay,
Robert Clark.
Oh, that was Robert Clark. Well, so that was Halifax Ansando on United Showbiz live on UTV. And once again, I'm asking, we listened to all he said. In fact, the major part I want us to discuss from what he said is the fact that he thinks Stonebwoy does not need it. If you're an artist and you are actively doing music, do you get to this stage, especially when you are part of it? If you are not part of it, like in the case of Shatta, he's not part. Don't cry that you will not talk about him. But the guy is there. He wants to win, and someone thinks he doesn't need it. Chawo, is there a conversation like that?
Yeah, I agree with the headline, but I don't agree with the explanation. What he said after saying that he doesn't need it, he couldn't convince me with his submission. Okay. That's where I will depart from whatever that he said. The thing is, the guy knows what he's looking for. Stonebwoy, he's doing something. He has a project, and there's a way that he wants to present himself to Ghanaians and even the rest of the world. Exactly. And getting an award will add up to it. So you can't just sit back and then say that he doesn't need it just based on that. But at some point in your life as a musician, in musician's life, yes, you may not need an award to it will not add anything to you. That's why I said I agree with the headline.
Okay.
At some point, as a musician, the award name will not be anything. As in, it will not convince people that now you are at a new level, you have a new value, they have to give you a new thing. No. We can mention somebody like Daddy Numba. He doesn't need an award for anything, but he's still doing
mention of that because I was going to ask a follow-up question. Yeah. Stonebwoy might not even be a decade more. Yeah. So has he got into that level? That's the next question I was actually going to ask them. Okay. So yes, so Daddy Lumba. I think we can argue for that. But this is Stonebwoy.
Yes. And that's why I said that Stonebwoy wants to do certain kind of presentation, and based on that he will need the awards. But if he is not pushing for that kind of presentation, he may not need it. And the reason is that he has proven himself. Now we know him as one of the big artists in Ghana here. He has done it all, he has seen it all. In fact, he has won the same award before. So there's nothing to prove again. So it will be more valuable to somebody like Kim Promise as compared to Stonebwoy.
Okay.
I think that's the context that he wanted to push the whole thing. But I don't like his presentation. So for the reason that if you win the award, what it means is that you are now at a level that we should appreciate what you have done.
Okay.
So if you have won it before, what again? You are not there to prove anything again. To anybody again. To anybody again. To the industry, no. But when you want to give a certain kind of presentation, like the way Stonebwoy wants to give, Stonebwoy wants to say that based on what his activities and things that he's been doing, I think he wants to say that as for my country, I have conquered. Now I want to move to the next level, and I'm coming with my country's support. That's the kind of presentation he wants to put out there. If he wins this award, and then the next thing will be, now if my country people are behind me, I can win Grammys. I can go to anywhere and say that I'm the best in my country. So I deserve to compete, or I deserve the accolades that I will get from here. That kind of presentation, he will need the award. So for that matter, I will disagree with Halifax. But if we generalize it and say that some musicians don't need an award, yes, some musicians don't need to prove anything. Like Sarkodie at this time in his career, he will not need any award to say that he's the best rapper or he's a good musician or whatever. No, it will just be, as we say in our local parlance, it will be nice to have it, but he doesn't really need it to prove anything. But there are some people who need it to prove themselves that now we have arrived. Somebody like Kim Paluta at this time will be happy to get it. And say that I have arrived.
You agree with him that then King Promise needs it
more than Stonebwoy, for sure, in terms of who wants to prove himself. Because for King Promise, apart from me enjoying his song as we know it, if you push the argument to the level of what are the awards that you have taken, or what can you prove to show that indeed even your country people, they believe in you, they think that you have worked hard enough in your career, it will be difficult. But Stonebwoy has done it. So what again? Yes, but Stonebwoy needs it not to prove himself to the industry, but to take it to the next level. And so that's the difference.
I see. Well, I think Chemo is bringing me home a little bit. Let me see what Roland adds to this. Was King Promise part of the nominees for Artist of the Year last year?
I think so.
Would you confirm for me if he was part of it? Let me see if he was part of the nominees for Artist of the Year in last year's awards.
Yeah,
yes.
I think he was part of it. But which you can confirm. Yeah.
Yes. Continue from there. What do you also think about Halifax's statement?
Yes, I partly agree with him, and I don't, because of the explanation he gave to it. I mean, yes, the explanation is a little of it is just. You can sit back and assume somebody doesn't need it because of what the person has proven to you over the years, and the fact that you know the person inside out. So you can say that, oh, this person doesn't need it, but we can only stamp on that if the person himself, either per his activities or out of his own actions or words, come out to say, I don't need it. That is when you can be very authoritative and say this person doesn't need it. Other than that, yes, I think last year he was part.
He was part.
Yeah, Kim Promise was in there. Okwadepon was.
I see.
A similar lineup, just that Stonebwoy has come to replace Joe Metal this year.
I see. Then this is where King Promise will now be feeling the pain, because he has been there. I thought he wasn't there.
I think he's been there like 3 times or so.
So if he wasn't there last year, I was okay. They are the first entry. It's every man acquire. So I am most of them. But if he's been there, he didn't win, and he's come again, and he doesn't win again.
But the highlight wasn't on him. That's the difference.
That's what I'm talking about.
This time around, yes. But this time around, the spotlight is on him.
The spotlight is on him. Well, so like I was saying, it is only dependent on the person for him to come out. That is per his actions or per his own words to say, I don't need it. Shatta Wale, per his own words, has come out to say he doesn't need it, which is why he doesn't belong to it. Somebody like Daddy Lumba has not come out to say it, but per his actions and inactions, you can clearly see in terms of prioritizing things in his career, this is not one of them.
But if he wins, he will post it on Facebook.
But then, if you ask him to prioritize the things that he needs now in his career, this is not one of them. Per his actions and inactions, you can clearly, predict such a thing. But then, between Kim Promise and Stonebwoy, yes, Halifax has every right to assume Stonebwoy doesn't need it. But then, the reality is that Stonebwoy needs it. And his actions, his words, and everything shows he needs it. It is not a want to. It is a need for Stonebwoy. Same way, it is not a want for Kim Promise. It is a need. It has moved from it being a want. Oh, minya mepe. Oh, if I get, why not? Alhamdulillah. But these people, per their conversations and actions and how they are bringing their things to the public, reminding the public of what they've done and everything, shows how strong they need it. Because we can compare them to other people who are in the same category, like Black Sheriff, like Sarkodie, like Kwame Eugene, who have not even coughed about it. These people want it. If they can, okay, because as much as they are in the same category, they are also potential winners anyways. So if it comes, alhamdulillah. But these people have so far proven that among the people in there, they need it.
They are hungry for
exactly. So yes, Halifax now has now been previewed to the works of Kim Promise, which is what is informing his U-turn or his support on Stonebwoy at this level. But then he shouldn't also lose sight of the fact that Stonebwoy needs it. Yes, he may not need it to prove anything to the Ghanaian music industry again, but he needs this particular validation because per all indications, there are certain things, certain reception that he's not getting outside because he doesn't have this form of validation now.
Okay.
Which is why he really needs it. So when he goes to any place, the first conversation is, I am the reigning artist of the year. That is what he wants. Because as far as he is concerned, we all know how Stonebwoy is gradually tilting from the reggae dancehall side to the Afrobeat side. And on the Afrobeat market, it is about you being the top guy. If you come with a reggae dancehall artist of the year, I mean, you are not presenting reggae dancehall songs to me. You are currently selling Afrobeat songs. And in order for you to cut across, you need the bigger umbrella. Not just the Afrobeat artist or the Afrobeat song, but the bigger umbrella like the artist of the year. In that sense, when we check your catalog, we can find reggae dancehall, which you represent. But then we also have Afrobeat catalogs in there, which is why Stonebwoy is very aggressive in this particular scheme or this particular year. But then, yes, the competition there, I know, and I am happy Kim Promise has snapped off Sir R2B's attitude, where they even though they are working, they will leave it to chance. Whether you see it or you talk about it, we don't care. But this year, they've been very, very intentional in pushing their works. Even when a pin drops, they know how to communicate it to the general public for them to know, Charlie, Kim Promise has done this and that. And I believe that is what has brought the whole talkability around him. Even though he is even among the least people with the least nominations in this year's category. I mean, Kwame Eugene beat him too in terms of nominations. Sarkodie beats Kim Promise to nominations. I think he has about 6 nominations. The only person with the least is Nasi, who has 4. But then Kim Promise has about 6. And yet, look at the conversation around him compared to the likes of Sarkodie and Kwame Eugene, who have higher number of nominations. So yeah, big ups to Kim Promise. All the best to him.
Well, I don't want to agree with that notion that an artist does not need an award. In fact, there's even a lifetime achievement award where we recognize those who are almost done, like, or sometimes they are even done.
So for that category, there's no competition.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. That if one day someone says he's done, we can still call him and reward him, and he will take it, accept it. But let's see the emotions they attach to that particular award. Because I was sitting by somewhere, I was not even thinking, and I've been called. That's why I think that the time we say someone does not need an award is when the person is not actively doing it again.
Well,
if he's not actively doing it, then you can say, he doesn't need it. But if he's releasing, he's performing, he's doing promotion, just like everybody is doing, and you think he doesn't need awards, I disagree.
Well, the conversation is still debatable though, because even some of the people who have even received the Lifetime Achievement Award, it is not everybody who is so enthused about it regardless. Yes, you may think he needs it, but the person may show some level of enthusiasm because of the effort you put in recognizing him. But as to whether it is going to add any significance to their career, it's a different conversation. So it is still the matter of want and need. Yes, he may want it. Cool. But as to whether he needs it for something specific in his career there.
For your presentation and other stuff, yes.
Or the throw the CB more. Obi also CB will close here. Will close here. So yeah, some people need it to beautify their CV. Others also don't need it like that.
Well, let's leave it hanging. It is a conversation that you can also be a part of. What do you think about it? This is Showbiz Daily with Roland Amate in the middle from Shagzi Shatta Movement, Roland Report on YouTube, and RolandReport.com. And as well as in Team Dodo Solomon, you can also call him Chemo. Chemo is the online manager here at Flex Entertainment Limited. And for anything digital distribution, marketing, monetization, and promotions, he's ready to take you through as well. Now, let's move on to another conversation. I've seen a skit of Big Aquaze and an actress, and to those of us who have eyes and have ears, watching the skit, it was so obvious it was politically based or politically influenced or politically motivated. Talking about first animal. We know who is looking for the steer when it comes to our political conversation in Ghana now. There's only one man who is looking for the steer. His name is Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. I said Dr. Mahmoud Ompe Etwo Nanso Omia. As Dr. Ba Omia. So this is it. After watching this, I asked myself, over the years, when it is time for political campaign seasons like this, we see many looking for this kind of drama and skits to convince people to vote for them. Do these videos and other ones like this convince people? Do they have the power to win elections? Because we are in an election year. I know we are the 5th month. Okay, the 5th month is almost over. And from the 6th month to the 7th month, campaign will really start. At least from the 7th month, you know campaign will start. Most of these things that will be coming out, do they win elections? Let's watch the video. We'll come back to talk.
First year, no mammy. First year, no mammy. First year, no mammy. Now, what test me and quay? First year, no mammy. First year, no mammy. First year, no mammy. Oh, Sammy, maybe we utiminka. Can we tinka? Mr. For mammy. I just see no mammy. For mammy. Would you put a preface some up if I can't make it? Yeah, mamma. Come here, uncle. Spark me, uncle. I hear an engine. Who be some saying engine away? Engine away. I don't want to be first animal now. Wait, my car. Who be saying engine away? I hear the board joint. Board joint. The board joint. And a boy, when a boy gets. Now, still rag them on. Still ragging to Sweeney. And anyone. I met Jasmine. Wouldn't be, see from the family. Why would you do your first year, my first year, mammy? See, I wouldn't bet you crop and see a crabble. Unim hushi, unim break, unim crotch, unim she. Si from na kubu bufaso.
Me first. I didn't send phone. I'll catch them.
Minister, my old year.
What do you have? I'm sick.
I bet unim she.
Maybe no.
Si from.
Me na make us some.
Si from na unim.
Why you trying? Why you trying? Why you trying so winning? Why you trying so sick? Why you trying so winning? Why you trying so cool? Why you trying so come? Why you trying? Why you trying? Why you trying so be? Why you trying so be? Why you trying? Why you trying? Me say why you trying so trying? Trying up on you. Trying some.
Well, Chamo, take over this one.
With a punch pal.
Yeah, man, because you have been doing politics.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we are in a political season. For me, I think we are in now. We can't even wait to that getting closer. Almost starting. Just that those who more interested in the so huge, you know. Na maybe they will come in later. But proper politicians, career politicians, they are in it giddy. And some of these people, the actors, they are part. They are also working. I think they will do this and they will surely benefit from it. So they are giving their all. And this message directly is going to Baumia and his people. And then the hard part is that why you trying? Almost had their man. Why you trying so? There's a message for Baumia and his people. I mean, we are going to get more, and I have a feeling that this year we will get more from Kumawood. Yes, I have that feeling.
Against who?
Both against and for. Some people will get money to do it, others will do it willingly or because of the love that they have for their party. And I think we will get more coming here, so people should just watch out. And just that we should be careful not to go to the other side, like make it so dirty or something like that. If you don't take care, we may get there, and that's not good for anybody. You just have to do it clean and do your thing. I mean, it's a form of work. It's a form of getting your message to the people. So if you think that it will work for you, why not do it? But do it cleanly. Don't try to mess it up. Yeah, it will not help anybody in that direction.
I see. Ro, let me also listen to what you think about some of these political campaign strategies.
Well, the power of content creation, definitely you can't take it out. In fact, in our current dispensation, it has come to stay. In planning your political strategies on how you can get your message to the people, this is definitely one of the ways you need to adopt it one way or the other. So yes, employing creative people to make it happen there, it is a must, of which we know we are in the political era, or we are in an election year. So yes, most of our people will be very busy, or some of them will be very busy campaigning here and there, moving with them one way or the other. Some people will do it willingly, others would also be motivated by certain incentives to also participate. All the same, it is business for everybody. The person that is doing it willingly, even though may not be looking at certain direct incentives like money, but it's also looking at certain things that would also benefit him or her, which is also an indirect way of also seeing an incentive there in order for them to also indulge in. So yes, it is good, but my own has to do with what recently I saw when minors were used.
When minors,
yes,
as in children,
kids were used or were also participating in some of these campaigns. For me, I didn't feel cool, or I'm not cool about that particular move. You know, we have kid stars of
what were they saying? What did they say?
So some of them, you know, not long ago, I think there was a by-election in Ejuso or so, one
the recent one is
exactly, of which they were using some of the kid stars to campaign for some of the candidates there. And some of them were MPP, some of them were NDC. Hey, now we say about why now to one and I'm coming to my assuming me toma asumesia kame yeshito kama say papa, like in that manner. And I'm asking myself, as kids as they are, if we are not able to regulate the kind of content,
or do they even understand what
exactly
they are
the understanding of even the content
do they vote
that they are preaching?
But they are working.
Yes, we know they may be working, but we all know some
they are
of
working
them.
for who?
They are working for the parties and their parents and their
That's
guidance.
child labor in the first
No,
place.
it's not child labor. For me, if a child is doing promotion for me, will you call it a child labor?
But no,
it's an advert.
So even that one, I wouldn't even want to go there. But minus the consequences that may come after some of these actions. You know, as an adult, if you consent to doing some of these things, whenever these consequences come, well, you are an adult, so it is not so huge, it is not so much of a problem like that than a minor who do not probably understand the content he or she is pushing. That is one, because definitely there is an adult who is thinking for the child. The adults understand the consequences that may come with it, but does the adult understand how the child is also going to deal with it moving forward? That is also another thing. It may affect the child's career. We all know the mentality with regards to some of these moves in our space. How certain people take some of these things to heart, forgetting that, oh, it is business, it is just work, and it can pass, it is just the season and it will go. At the end of the day, certain people may hold it against these children and they may not take it lightly. A typical example is those people that campaign for MPP for the free education.
Yeah, those were on them billboards.
Yeah, the billboards. We heard the testimonies that even these guys who were even adults, we heard the testimonies of some of them of how they now have to go out in nose mask because of certain abuse that they were facing in the communities. We know. So if you want to use kids for some of these content, I believe it is not cool, because at the end of the day, when the repercussions come, would they be able to stand? Would they be able to face the abuse that may come with it? That is my concern. Using a case to advertise whatever you are selling there, I don't have a problem with it, because definitely there will be an adult that will sign or consent for the child. That is not the problem. But the content of what you are using them for is what I am not cool. And if it is on political lines, we know how sensitive these lines are. And even adults, some of them are scared in going that lines. So if they are kids and we want to protect them as kid stars, we should devoid them of some of these lines. Let them do whatever they can do to entertain themselves and their fans. But to indulge them in some of these things, and the fact that they don't even understand, you can't tell me the kids understand what they are doing.
Not at all. They are just using them for the campaign.
So me, that is where I am not cool.
But their guidance and their parents should be responsible.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I agree with you that yes, we should. I mean, at least I let regulation there. I disagree, but we should or give some form of education to the guidance and the parents that there are consequences to the actions of the kids. Yes, if you involve them in a political campaign. But as for regulation, I don't want to go there, because for me, anytime you bring up if you suggest regulations, I have some doubts, because those who will be in charge, mostly they abuse it.
Talking about is
mostly they abuse it.
Bringing policies from top offices or not. No, that's not the regulation I'm talking. I'm talking about us individually regulating the content that we give to these children. So as a guardian, we should be able to regulate the kind of content that comes to your ward when some people want to seek their service. Because I'm not sure you will consent to a child advertising alcohol. Advertising for an alcohol in any way, even if it is there for celebrities to do. No parents should be cool consenting to a child advertising certain products. So same way individually we would want to regulate some of these things. I believe parents should be able to do some of these regulations in their own quarters. Other than that, any celebrity who would want to campaign for any political party this year, Charlie, do it. It is business. And I know you weigh the pros and cons before you take certain decisions. It might go your way, it might go sideways. Even the people who campaign for the party oneself, after the winning, don't take it lightly from the people. So whichever way there will still be consequences. If you are ready to bear the consequences, why not go and take their money and chop some?
Well, we are to expect more then. As it stands now, I have seen one, and I know many will be coming. Fly boys, those boys, what are they called? Fly boys, eh?
Fly boys.
Fly boys. Cali Boss, Prince,
David
Osei. I know very soon they also start releasing their content, so we should expect more. But whether they are able to convince people to vote or to do their bidding for them is one of my biggest questions, and I know
that one is difficult. But if the content goes viral, it may have
effects.
Okay.
Yes,
if the content goes
viral, especially the person says something in there that will catch on like that. Yes, that one there, it may have effect. Yes.
Well, we wish them well, as a matter of fact. Let's do the very last story for the night before we run away from here, and it's about a recent conversation that Shatta had with a doctor from UK on TikTok, and as a matter of fact, that conversation has generated so much talk around town. When you go on to the news blogs or the website, many stories have been called from that particular conversation. One that I would want us to look at, the others, I think I'll be doing some editorials on it later on in the day or tomorrow for you to enjoy. But one that I would want us to pay attention to is where Shatta said in future he wants to be president of Ghana, where Shatta said he has plans of leading the country one day, and all the possibilities that he mentioned, looking for knowledgeable people to run their affairs for him when he becomes the president and all. I know it has been trending. You go on to the blogs and everybody is publishing it. Let me get the views of my people on this, then we can run away from here. Richie, if there's a video, let's watch it, then we can discuss it.
Do you have any political ambition? And what political ambition do you have? Because from Unsama Okano, as you do the president, do you have any political ambition? And what political ambition do you have? Because from Unsama Okano, as you do the president to be.
No, Ghana needs a president like me. And me, my dad has been telling me, and this is the first time I'm telling everybody on the internet, and I'm telling Doctor because I believe he's God's direction to where I want to go. My dad wants me to go into politics because he knows that I am so confident and know the guidelines of how to really run a movement. That is why my Shatta movement is the most biggest fan base in Africa. Forget anything that anybody is saying. That is my dream, that one day I would have to help to change Ghana. So if Ghanaians are listening to me and you won't watch me as na Shatta Wale there, but you start encouraging me that Shatta, my start ABA political school be, start getting your degrees, start doing this. If you guys all can come together and support, I will stand on my feet and leave the music. And the next 4 years, before another election, let me jinemo and see if we can win with hands down. Because by next 4 years, I'll be 40 plus. So I'm qualified to be a candidate or a man who can run a country. So if people can understand me from that direction, we can stand in politics. And that's what I'm saying. Dog, politics is not about you coming to speak the big grammar. Ghana is not a big grammar country. We speak local languages. I just need heads like doctor. Like if the way I said that career starting up. Like maybe in conform omueti. When I be president, but your control system. I say Ghana is sana. But we have left the country. So sometimes when I'm talking about developments, I'm talking about how we can come together and build this country. People don't get it, but if we can build the country and leave it like this and call it a country, it's not a country. We are in an estate because police are building houses. President bodyguards are building hospitals for themselves. Recently, you say President Vice President the wife Ninia Akobubu Obi property. It's normal. Like Abi is the wife. Hey, President's wife. No, we can't do that. No, we shouldn't do that. We have to be equal. Dog, UK everybody is living some equal life there. Yeah. You can't go and infringe on anybody's rights. Nippon akwala krado go dey pie na fishmo akwala na Ghana. Obetumi afre police. Before you should bet me. So we have to try and learn how to come together. That's what I'm saying. My vision for this country and for the youth of Ghana is that let's learn how to come together and forget about Shatta say, so we can build this country ourselves. They say we are all involved. Nobody is out of this, and this is where we are from. If we start now, people like Doctor, people like some people I see on the internet can come together and say, no, we want to support. We need our people back home. Because, if we are starting this and you people come and add your knowledge to it, this country will be a better place for all of us.
Well, so like I said, this has been captured on several blogs. In fact, while I was trying to flip my Facebook timeline, I saw one from OMG Voices. If Ghanaians can support me, I'll quit music and run for the presidency. Oh, we are closing. What is your opinion on Shatta's position?
I'm not surprised. You know, when we went to it is not WhatsApp Benso. Chemomo, maybe last time
Manso, yeah.
Yes. Some of the guys that came that were on the bikes.
Oh yeah.
Came to meet us at the airport, from the airport to the place.
I think it was even captured on video.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The way some of them were shouting, Shatta Wale, the president, you bet Tuaman.
Yeah, I remember.
I am not surprised. I mean, if we are looking at qualifications, like political qualifications, and we want to look at only academics, definitely we will write him off. But we all know.
Oh, but he has 4 years, so he can do something if he really wants.
That's what. No, I'm saying like now. We
technically you don't need it, but based on the competition.
Exactly. So if we want to do there are certain people that would want to write him off. But we all know that to have that huge political stance, you need that level of on-ground acceptance. Which is why there are certain people, even in the political history, that normally were not politicians, but because they started as activists in that line, they became politicians directly and indirectly. Because at the end of the day, the numbers that the actual politician is looking for, they have it. The kind of support that the politician is looking for, they have it. So it is just about you just making your mind right and accepting that at this point, this is what I want to do. For me, I don't doubt his political strength at all before, because I am also one of the people who believe that in terms of the things that the politicians need from the people, that level of hierarchy of acceptance, Shatta has it. He has the elite that love him. He has the middle class. When you check the people that love him, he has the middle class, as well as even the ordinary Ghanaian. And the ordinary Ghanaians, plenty. Just like the politician would need. Just like the politician would need. If it is about influence, we all know the level of influence he carries. So yes, I believe, but the way he actually wants to enter into politics is where I would think I think he should change that particular strategy. Because if it is about everybody saying, okay, Shatta, we are ready, become a politician, then it will never happen. Then it will never, and he knows it because he says it every day that the same Ghanaian that will say Akufo-Addo is not good, he is killing us, is the same people that will go and vote for him. So if it is about the Ghanaians becoming united to come and say, oh, Shatta, now we are ready for you, go, no. That decision would have to come from him.
Okay.
And for him quitting music, well, that one is also a different conversation.
Altogether.
I can't say he can't because it is his career. I mean, upon the president.
Yeah.
So if it is about him leaving that scene for him to go, well, there's a possibility he can do it. But then, I don't see Shatta quitting music to enter into full-time politics.
Why don't you see?
I don't see.
I see.
I can see Sammy more than Shatta.
Sammy quitting music?
Yes.
Why do you think so?
Because Samini, I think
from Shatta's conversation, I see him quitting music to do this if he wants to.
Me, even if he quits music and enters into politics, I think he will not be the main man.
I see. Okay, let me go on to Chemo to wrap up this convo.
Yeah, interesting. I think based on what Shatta is doing now and how he goes about his things, I don't think he has the will to go into politics.
He has the what? The will.
The will, yes. He I don't see him in that sense. I think he's looking for motivation or people to say that Shatta, we are ready, go. Like he said, if the people will come and support me, but in politics we don't do that. So that's the first thing that he got wrong, even in his presentation.
When he said if they will
come and support, nobody will come and support you. They will rather support you when you say that you want to do it. It's not the opposite. People will not come and say that we are going to support you. You have to say that yes. Then
I'm going to do it.
Then you will get people
like
coming
Cheddar.
to your way. But the opposite can never happen, as Roland said. So if he wants to do it, he should say that I'm ready. Then he will get people reaching out and saying that we will support you, we want to do this for you, we want to do that for you. That's how it is done. That's why I'm saying that based on the way he wants to do it, he is not ready. If he really wants to do it, he should forget about everybody and say that I want to do it. That's where he will start getting the support. So that's one red flag for me, that he got it wrong in that sense. Again, based on how he wants to do his politics, that will also be difficult. And he said it right, that if now he feels that he wants to do, or people are coming to support him, then he will start learning politics, go to the school of politics, or try and do his thing. In fact, he is saying the right things, but his action is saying different things.
Okay.
Yes, because the first thing that you have to do is to learn the politics of the environment or the geographical location that you are in. Yes. So his first approach should be aligning to a political party or aligning to a political guru and learning from them, either publicly or even underground. He should be learning right now if he wants to do it.
You have a godfather.
Yes. There's no time for you. In politics, no matter your knowledge, no matter your influence, you have to learn from somebody who is in the game already. You can't just come from anywhere and take over. No. You have to learn from somebody before you get some basic acceptance, before you even get in there. Like we were saying, technically, he qualifies. You don't need any form of like you don't need any higher education to do politics. You qualify. But the game, the way they play the game, if you don't have that education, they will
use it against you.
They will use it against you.
Yeah.
In fact, they will eliminate you before you even start.
Yeah.
That's another thing. So now, if you want to go into it, then you should be thinking about a way of fighting those things. Yes, requirement. Yes.
Yeah.
Whether you are going to go to school so that you don't even have to defend yourself there, or you have to find a strategy that you will counter if they go that direction. So if indeed he wants to do, he should be the one deciding, not people coming to tell him that you will support you. No. If that's the case, then I can boldly say that he will never enter politics.
Because it's not the approach.
It's not the approach, and it doesn't work. In fact, if a group of people come to you and say that we want to support you, go and be a politician, they want to chop your money. If a group of people, yes, if a group of people decide that we want to support you, so Shatta, be the leader, they want to chop your money.
I see.
Because they know that the thing is on you. I mean, the kudi is there, and if they have mobilized themselves like that, you will finance whatever that they will propose. Or Mubaka could dizzy.
She's kind of.
They go and pocket the money and do their thing. You have to start from somewhere, and there are examples. A+ is a good example that Shatta can follow in terms of entering politics, not to follow his approach, but entering politics. You see how A+ started. Yeah. You align with the party. You align with some influential people in the politics, get your foot in there, learn whatever you have to learn, and you can now stand on your feet and fight the system or fight on your own or whatever that you want to do. So until you go through that process, you see A+, now he's also getting the education bit. He's going to law school, he has done his first degree and all that. Now he's trying to cover all the grounds.
That
and then
be used like
against him. So if you want to do it, that's how to go about it. There is no other way. You can't just be on any platform and declare that I want to be a politician and this is my party or this is how I'm going to do it. My people, let's go. Even the people who love you so much, on the D-Day, they will vote for you.
They will disappoint you.
Wow, you don't know Macron or politics is so different from the way other things happen. And there are mafias in there, and you have to learn it before you get in there. So if really Shatta wants to be in that position, then he should start now, and he should be the one saying it, not people telling him that we will support you, so go and do it. No, it won't work.
Well, interesting conversation, and I want to believe that you can also add yours to this. It has been great so far listening to my people here in the studio of Sammy Flex TV. Showbiz Daily it is, and we are back at least. Let's see how the rest of the week will end. Tomorrow and maybe Friday, MC Berima and his people will organize to give you the shows whilst we go all the way Upper East for a show which is also being planned by the Shatta Movement Empire as well as Jaga 4 Beaters. So stay tuned, but still we'll be doing some content here for you as well. My name is Sammy Flex. Thanks to Intimdo the Solomon Chemo. His wedding once again June 15th. Giving you reminders.
Save the date.
Save the date. Roland Amate is also here. Let me also say thanks to Digital Rasta Currency, who did our camera for us. Richie Flex is the editor director of the show. Thanks to Tap Send for holding us down. If you are abroad, you want to send money to Ghana, one app does it better, and that is Tap Send. Get it on your phone today. Use the promo code SammyFlex. Use the wallet where you can save as much as 50,000 cedis conversion of your pound rate to cedi and putting the money there to breathe. So that the other day it was 19 tonight, it has dropped to 17 or so or 16. So if you dropped at, if you change at 19, you see when you start sharp that save you kind of wallet revenge member. I'll see you when I see you. Subscribe to us and share with others as well. We are out of here. Bye bye.